U.S. deeply concerned China, Russia helping North Korea in expanding military capabilities. Before we dive in the video, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and stay always one step ahead on every single global news and important even. Give a thumbs up and share the video with your friends and family and be an upstander. Let's move on. The UN member nations enforcing the Korean War armistice are worried that China and Russia are assisting North Korea in enhancing its military capabilities by allowing it to circumvent UN sanctions, said U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on Tuesday, addressing a meeting in South Korea with Defense Minister and representatives from the 17 countries that make up the UN command that oversees the armistice. He said, "We are deeply concerned that the PRC and Russia are helping the DPRK expand its capabilities by enabling it to evade sanctions from the UN Security Council," Austin said. PRC refers to the People's Republic of China, and DPRK is short for North Korea's official name, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. "We're also troubled by the recent growth in military cooperation between Russia and the DPRK," he said. Washington has accused North Korea of supplying military equipment to Russia for use in its war with Ukraine, and Moscow of providing technical military support to help the North. North Korea and Russia have denied any arms deals, though their leaders pledged closer military cooperation when they met in September in Russia's Far East. China, North Korea's closest ally, has said it was complying with international obligations. The UNC was expected on Tuesday to renew a pledge to respond to any North Korean aggression and to adopt a joint statement on a united response in the event of a contingency on the Korean peninsula, South Korea's defense ministry said. Defense Minister Shin Won-sik said Pyongyang had been warned not to attempt any aggressive acts, noting that, unlike in 1950 when the Korean War broke out, North Korea is now a member state of the United Nations. If North Korea ever invades the South again, it will be self-contradictory, where a UN member state would be attacking the UN command, Shin told the meeting. If the countries that backed North Korea during the Korean War ever try to help again, then those countries will also receive grave punishment from the international community, along with North Korea, Shin added. Also, with hypersonic weapons in play, the face of warfare might be on the brink of a dramatic shift. In the face of rising tensions, alliances are shifting, and nations are reassessing their friends and foes. As we delve deeper into this new era of geopolitics, we see China actively engaging in strategic partnerships to fortify its position. It's nurturing relationships with autocratic partners like Russia and Iran, while also courting economically dependent regional countries. This maneuvering is not just about diplomatic ties. It's a calculated response to the alliance diplomacy of the United States. The United States, with its democratic allies, has been successful in taking a unified stand against China on various fronts. Yet, China isn't backing down. Instead, it's leveraging its economic might to woo its neighbors, promising to help revive their economies in the post-pandemic world. It's also encouraging U.S. allies to engage independently with Beijing, presenting itself as a friend rather than a foe. But there's a twist. If these allies join in any joint action against China, they face the risk of punitive measures. It's a complex game of chess, and each move counts. As the lines of alliances blur, the geopolitical landscape becomes an even more complex puzzle. What does this mean for the future? The answer is as complex as the situation itself. We've seen the escalating tensions as countries like the United States, Russia, and China, along with North Korea, engage in a high-stakes arms race. Advanced missile capabilities are not just the future of warfare, they're the present, and the race to have the upper hand is intensifying. The alliances are shifting too. Traditional partnerships are being rethought, and new ones are forming in the face of shared threats. Countries are being forced to choose sides in a world that is becoming increasingly polarized. So, what could this mean for us? Some suggest we could be heading towards a new Cold War. The dynamics of international politics are changing, and the implications are vast. The Arctic is becoming a key strategic location, and its importance is only set to grow as the ice melts and military activity increases. In the game of geopolitics, the only certainty is uncertainty. As these nations navigate the stormy waters of international relations, the world watches with bated breath.